So today we are looking at the Kubuntu Linux. So here is the boot menu. Let me quickly boot it in the live boot. So the version we are right now using is 24.04.1 LTS. So this is the latest point update. I'm going to give you all the information about that Ubuntu 24.04.1 changes or the Kubuntu version. So the desktop environment you get for the Kubuntu is KDE Plasma, and Kubuntu is a flavor of Ubuntu. So the country of origin or the Kubuntu origin is from Isle of Man. So the two options available in this is you can try it in the live boot, and also you can try it in the virtual machine, or like you can install it on the hard disk. So the option will be like a live boot and also the installation. So about the system requirements of this Kubuntu Linux, you need to have like a 2 GHz dual core processor or better. And about the RAM, you need to have like a 4 GB of RAM or maybe better. And also about the storage, you need to have like a 30 GB of hard disk, but I say it's better to have like a 50 GB of hard disk. And graphics acceleration. So you need, if you have a graphics, it's a good option. And these are all the hardware specs of this Kubuntu Linux. So here you should be seeing the options of live boot, which is try Kubuntu, and installation. So it's always a good option, go with the live boot first, and if you're satisfied then go with the installation. So I'm going to choose the live boot, and here are the language selection. There will be like plenty of language selections here. So choose whatever location you want here or the language. And the internet connection is right here. So I'm going to choose the try Kubuntu. So usually the booting process will take like 2 minutes maximum, because so this is the actual time of every Linux distro which consumes in my PC. There will be more or less. So I'm going to mention as soon as it shows up the desktop layout. So about the architecture, 64-bit ISO file I downloaded. So the KDE Plasma desktop environment is the default desktop environment you get in the Kubuntu. So it's a Ubuntu flavor if you don't know this thing. So here you can see the welcome screen of KDE. Is 24.04.1 LTS, which is released like yesterday. So this is a point update, and some there are some minor things. I'm going to show you all those bug fixes and all those things, so you don't need to worry about it. If you didn't watch the Ubuntu video yesterday, you can watch it in my channel, which is clearly I mentioned every changes in those video. So before changing anything or display settings anything, I'm going to show you how much of resources it's going to consume as soon as you boot up in the virtual machine. But it should be a bit different when you install it on the bare metal, so you need to understand these things. So there will be some difference, like a 400-500 MB of RAM and CPU. Those are the changes, or those are the difference when you use it on the bare metal and also in the virtual machine, because I'm running it on the RAM right now, or in the virtual machine, so there will be a bit different here. So you already know, if you already use the Kubuntu Linux, you should be seeing, and also the KDE Plasma desktop environment, you know how much of resource it's going to consume. So you have the idea of how much of resource it's going to, this desktop environment going to consume, and also the Ubuntu flavored Kubuntu. So you should be having these ideas already. So I'm going to show you the first resources. So it's consuming 1.2 GB of RAM of 8 GB. So I'm going to so I already mentioned that I'm using VMware with sorry, I forgot, so I'm going to mention it right now. So I'm using a VMware application, which is a virtual machine. I'm using a 8 GB of RAM for my virtual machine, and also my CPU is i5 1240p. And about the virtual disk, I'm using a 60 GB of hard disk or the virtual disk for the VMware. So right now it's consuming 1.2 GB of RAM. CPU is pretty much 20-25%. So here is complete information of the operating system. So it's based on Ubuntu 24.04.1 LTS. The KDE Plasma version you get 5.27.11 and the Frameworks version you get is 5.115.0. Qt version you get is 5.15.13. And let's go to the applications. So these are all the application will be running as soon as you boot up. So the booting process just took like a 1.5 minute and maybe less because we were talking, so I didn't exactly see the time, but that was the time it took. So here you can see the history of a CPU. So it's pretty much stable throughout the 60 seconds. So this is a 60 seconds or a minute duration line. So you need to always run like a 60 seconds to see whether the graph is pretty much stable or not. So in this case, there is pretty much stable throughout the 60 seconds. There is like a bit high peak, so you just need to ignore this because there will be some applications open. Maybe it should be of the system monitor. And when you go to the process, you should be seeing all the process running right now. So here you can see all those things. So now let's first change the display settings. Let's go to display settings. And my monitor is 1920x1080. About the Kubuntu, you need to have like a 1366x768 monitor. Because it's 2024, you need to have that much of monitor size, or else it will be a bit weird using other versions or the other resolution. Most of the users will be using 1366x768 pretty much. So I'm going to keep the system monitor right here so we can see all the changes throughout the video. So let me close all the applications. So here is the welcome screen. You already know settings, powerful when needed, and the manage softwares. Welcome to the Kubuntu friendly computing. So here is some of the information of the Kubuntu, and here you can see all the information. I'm going to click on finish. So here is our hardware specs. I'm going to open the browser and I'm going to go to the official website and I'm going to show you all those information. About system monitor. Here is our about system monitor. So I'm going to also show you the system information. So you already have all the information here, but I'm going to type in some commands and give you all the information. So you don't need to worry about it. You just need to wait for a few minutes and every information will be available. So graphics platform is X11. Here is complete information of the Kubuntu. So the Linux kernel we are using is 6.8.0-41. I'm going to show you the Linux kernel also. So let's keep the browser like this. So let's make it bigger so you can see properly all the changes. And also the system monitor will be like here. So you can see all the changes and you can decide whether to use this version or use this Linux distro or not. It's clearly up to you. You can judge on your own. So you get the latest version of the Firefox, which is 129.0.2. So let's close it and let's type about. Support and browser information and also some distro information. So version we already mentioned. Here is the build ID, canonical, user agent. Here is our Linux kernel. So let me show you the latest Linux kernel version. Here enter. So this is the official link of the Linux kernel. And right now we are using the 6.8 and here you can see the stable version right now is 6.10.7. So the long-term versions is 6.6 and the mainline version is 6.11 RC5, which is a release candidate 5. So here is the information of the Linux kernel. So the operating system theme is Brisa, and you can scroll it down to get additional information. Here you can see the memory size. I'm using 7.7 GB, which is 8 GB of RAM, 3.7 GB of disk space available. Here are some of the information of the browser. So if you want to pause the video, you can pause the video and read everything. So here are some of the other information. If you consider as important, you can just pause the video and read everything, because I'm not going to read everything because it's going to make a video a bit lengthy. So window protocol X11 KDE Plasma desktop environment. Here is my monitor resolution. So here is some of other information also. So now let's go to the official website and also the release notes of the Ubuntu 24.04, as well as it's applicable to also to the Kubuntu. Let me put all the websites. So here we opened all the useful links. So here you can see the Ubuntu 24.04 LTS Noble Numbit. Here is the release notes of Noble Numbit. So here is complete information. So support lifespan, Ubuntu 24.04 LTS will be supported for 5 years until June 2029. So you have the 5 years. And when you scroll it down, you should be also seeing the upgrades. Users of Ubuntu 23.10 have been offered an automatic upgrade to 24.04 since shortly after the release. So new features, which is year 2038 support for the ARM HF architecture. And when you also scroll it down, you should be also seeing the Linux kernel. You should be getting 6.8. We already using 6.8. Systemd version 255.4. So you can just read everything in the disclosure of Ubuntu. So let's go to the point release changes. So here is the 24.04.1 changes. So you can just scroll it down and find all the bugs and installation bug fixes. So here is complete installation bug fixes. When you scroll it down, you should be also seeing upgrade bug fixes. So you just need to see the date. It's August, and when you go back here, you should be seeing the April. So you should be getting all the information here. So desktop fixes. And when you also scroll it down, you should be seeing the server and cloud related fixes. So there are a lot of fixes in this version, base platform fixes. So it's just a minor update, but you should be seeing all the fixes. Just go to the URL here and you should be getting all the information. So let's go to the Kubuntu now. So just type in Kubuntu in your search engine. The first link will be the Kubuntu, or else you can just type in kubuntu.org. And here you should be seeing the Kubuntu website. So this is the official website of the Kubuntu, and you should be seeing every information of Kubuntu, which is feature to help and support. Download the latest version of the KDE Plasma or the Kubuntu. So here is complete information of the Kubuntu. If you want to consider reading, you can read it from here, or else you can read it from the official website. So when you go to the news, here you should be seeing all the release notes of the Kubuntu 24.04, which is the older version. So the latest version is 0.1. So you should be seeing complete same information. So there will be nothing changes here, but I already showed you the Linux kernel and all the information. But I'm going to give additional information also. You just need to wait for it. So I'm going to give all the information in this video. So here is complete information of the Kubuntu 24.04 if you don't know that information. So here is the information. So in order to download, just go to the download and you should be finding all the information of the latest version. So the latest version is Kubuntu 24.04.1 LTS. So you have already all the information here. So until April 2027. So the latest long-term support LTS version of a Kubuntu operating system for desktop PCs and laptops. Kubuntu 24.04.1 supported with security and maintenance update until April 2027. So you need to get this information exactly. If you don't get it, I'm going to provide in the title, so you don't need to worry about it. So it's until April 2027, not 2029. So you need to understand that also. So here is the release note of Kubuntu. There will be same changes as the Ubuntu, but here is complete information. Plasma Wayland and the other new and updated applications in the Ubuntu archive. So DigiCam is 8.2. So you can read everything right here. Simple by default, powerful when needed. So upgrading from 22.04 or 23.10. So detailed upgrade instructions can be found here. Just click here and you should be seeing the help ubuntu.com and you should be seeing all the information here. So already said system requirements, already said what it's based on. So I gave you most important information from the beginning, and here is some of the upgrade for the Kubuntu. So here is complete information. I'm not going to go through all those things because it's going to make video lengthy. You can just watch here, or you can just directly go to the website and get all the information. So these are all the links I opened here. So you can see complete important information links are right here. So I'm going to close and I'm going to see all the applications in my Linux distro. So let's open the console. So right now it's consuming 1.4 GB of RAM. CPU is pretty much under 20-25%. So I'm going to make it bigger and I'm going to type in some commands to get some additional information. Let's check about console. So the version you get is 23.08.5. So let's try the NeoFetch. Hit enter. So it says you need to install the NeoFetch first. So let me copy it. So throughout the video I didn't see any lag or anything. I am just using smoothly. So I didn't face any issues. So everything is working fine. So you need to enable to locate packages NeoFetch. So let me try the INXI-SV8. Hit enter. So it says you need to install the INXI also. So there is nothing pre-installed in this Ubuntu, but Ubuntu has some things. So I just need to update. So let's wait. I'm going to do that. So here you can see the I updated the command by typing the sudo apt update and then sudo apt upgrade. So after typing that command, so we already have installed the NeoFetch. So let me show you the NeoFetch now. NeoFetch. So I already installed the NeoFetch. I'm going to show you how to install the INXI also. So operating system, it says Ubuntu 24.04.1 LTS. I'm using it on the VMware, which I already mentioned. This is the Linux kernel, which I already mentioned too, which is 6.8. Uptime is almost 21 minutes. And packages is 2138 dpkg and 9 snaps. Shell bash version is 5.2.21. This is my monitor resolution. The KDE Plasma version is 5.27.11. Kevin, Brisa, console, and this is my CPU, and RAM is almost 1574 MB. So we need to install the INXI now. Let me show you INXI. So you need to install the INXI. Just copy the command, or you can just type in like sudo apt install INXI. You can do that same by removing INXI and type in NeoFetch, and NeoFetch will be also installed. So let me install the INXI. Let me type in Y, and it's going to take a few seconds. So let's check some desktop features of the Kubuntu. So here you can see all the KDE Plasma desktop environment things, which is like status notifications. Here is the disk and drives, the volume you can customize here, and here is the input method, which is a keyboard and a clipboard here. So you basically get KDE Plasma desktop environment here. So I'm going to type in INXI-SV8. So this command will grab complete distro information, so like important information. So you get all the important information here, like audio information, graphics information, CPU, and all the information. So let's scroll it down, scroll it up, and get all the information. So here is our command. So host, it says as a Kubuntu, the Linux kernel, which I already showed you. So 64-bit. Compiler GCC version is 13.2.0. And about the desktop environment, KDE Plasma version 27.11, sorry. Qt version is 5.15.13. And here is the frameworks version is 115.0. And the Kubuntu distro, which is Kubuntu 24.04.1 LTS Noble Numbet, and it's based on Ubuntu. So here is the information. Just scroll it down and you should be also seeing the virtual machine information, which is not important in my case or in this video, but if you consider it as important, you can read everything. So here is the memory information. I'm using 8 GB of RAM, available is 7.7 and used is 1.8 GB or 1.9 GB. You need to scroll it down for additional information. So here is the complete information of the CPU, which I already mentioned, and here are the vulnerabilities and all the information. So I don't consider as important information, but I'm just going to scroll it down. And about the graphics, here you can see VMWGFX version is 2.20.0.0 and display is X11, which I already showed you in the beginning. Server is Xarch version 21.1.11 with the X variant version 23.2.6. So here are some of the additional information or the monitor resolutions. So here is all the monitor resolutions available. So EGL version is 1.5. Here is other information. So there is some additional information here. If I forgot anything, do let me know in the comment section, or you can just pause the video and read everything here. OpenGL version is 4.5, Compact-V version is 4.3, and here is the Mesa version 24.0.9, and Vulkan, here is the Vulkan version 1.3.275. So here is the audio information. Let me scroll it down. So here is the audio information. The Pipewire version is 1.0.5, ELSA version is right here, and network information, drives, partitions, unmounted, swap. So these are some of the other information. Here is the repos. So let's scroll it down. The process running right now are 263, uptime is almost 23 minutes. And what else we have here? System. So init systemd version is 255 and shell bash version is 5.2.21. INXI version is 3.3.34. So I'm going to type in cat:/etc/issue. Hit enter. So it says Ubuntu 24.04.1 LTS. So I'm going to type in some commands now. So these are all the same commands as the inxi-sv8, but it will be in a short form. So you don't need to actually type these commands. So you just need to type in inxi-sv8 to get all the information. But I'm going to show you the other commands also, which is inxi, inxi-b. So let it load. inxi-F. It's going to take a few seconds and it will be showing up you. inxi-G. So it is taking a bit time here, and here is all the information. So you can type in uname -a, uname-irr. So you can use uname-aeious, all those things. So let's try the htop. So htop is pretty much not installed. So sudo apt install htop. So it's going to take like a 5 to 6 seconds and the htop will be installed. And I'm going to show you htop because some of the viewers want to see htop. So here is the htop information. So we pretty much got all the information or the important information from the distro. So let's close all the windows. So I'm going to show you the installer now. So here we have the installer. So you get the 3.3.5 Calamares installer. So here you should be seeing the version. First choose the location language. So there will be a lot of languages available here. Click next. Choose your map. for the location, or you can choose the drop down menu here. And the next will be the system language will be set to American English, United States. If you want to keep it like that, you can keep it, or you can customize according to your wish. The other option is like the numbers and date locales will be set to American English, United States. If you want to change, you can change, or else you can keep it like that. Click next. Choose your keyboard model here. So it automatically picks your keyboard, but if anything is wrong, just keep your keyboard right here. So you can choose the drop down menu for your keyboard. So choose your keyboard language and the variant, and also you can test here your keyboard, and you can switch keyboard here. Click next after choosing all the options. Here in the installation mode, choose your options. Full installation will be having all applications in the normal installation and all extra third-party packages and listed below. So it's better to choose this option. When you go with the normal installation, you get the web browser, utilities, office software, games and media players. And if you want additional, you can check here, or you can go with the minimal installation. There will be nothing, just only the desktop environment. And here are the additional options: download and install updates following installation. So it's a good option to go with this full installation. And note, Ubuntu and flavors are not responsible for third-party software installed from this list. So you get all the information here. Click next, and on the partitions, you should be seeing your partition here, or the installation drive. So if you have like a multiple hard drives, choose the specific drive where you want to install the Kubuntu 24.04.1 LTS. So you can choose the specific drive. So if you are a new Linux comer or the new user of the Linux, it's better to watch some tutorials of installation, which will be in the YouTube channel, because I never made just a specific installation tutorials videos, because I will be covering almost every distro information like installation, new features, and complete like kernel information, like the same video as I'm doing right now. I'll be covering all the information. So my videos will be a bit more lengthy. So I don't recommend you to watch my installation. Just for the installation, don't watch my videos, because my videos will be a bit lengthy, and it will be a bit boring for you if you come to watch here just for the installation. So I'll be giving complete information, so I don't want you to just get bored. For the installation, it's better to watch some other channels. There will be videos of installation, just the installation videos, which will be like 2 or 3 minutes lengthy. So the videos will be 2 or 3 minutes, and for the installation you need to watch like 2 videos or 3 videos, and you should be good with the installation. But I'm going to give you a small information, or the short answer here. So when you choose the erase disk option, first choose your drive here, and for the erase disk option, it's going to delete the current operating system or whatever the drive has, like a media files, music, anything like a documents. It's going to completely wipe everything, and it's going to just install the Kubuntu Linux in it. So this is the option which erases everything, and it's going to install the Kubuntu as a single operating system. Even if you have the operating system in the drive, it's going to erase everything, and it's going to install the Kubuntu. So that's the option of the erase disk, and here is the options. When you go with the manual partitioning, you need to create a partition before choosing the this option, and the partition will be available right here. And the partition will be available here, and you can install the Kubuntu on that specific partition. And you should be seeing 2 operating systems in the boot menu, or you should be having dual operating systems or dual boot OS in the boot menu. So that's the option of manual partitioning. So it's better to watch tutorials if you don't know what I'm talking here. And when you choose the erase disk, here is the encrypt system. So if you want to encrypt your system, just provide the password, which should be same in both the boxes. If you don't want, just uncheck it. The current drive will be like this. After installation, it will be like this. And about the bootloader location, you should be seeing 3 options, like a master boot record for the specific drive, and the other will be system partitions, and the final one will be do not install a bootloader. So you should be seeing 3 options here. So after clicking on next, here you should be seeing users, which is like a user account creation. So it says what is your name. So I'm going to show you some random things. I'm going to type in some random things here. It says what is your name. I'm going to type in like my channel name. What name do you want to use to log in? So if I use the numericals first, it's going to say like your username must start with a lowercase letter or underscore. It's better to go with the alphabets first. Unboxing. So what is the name of the computer? It's automatically going to put it all those information, but if you want to change any information here, you can change it. So what is the name of the computer? I'm going to keep it like a 9to5 Linux. Choose a password to keep your account safe. So you need to type in password here. I'm going to choose the 126 password or 125, like this one. So if everything is going good, you should be seeing a tick mark, and if anything is wrong, just you should be seeing the wrong sign or error sign. You need to fix all those things. So if you want to log in automatically without asking for the password, you can check it or uncheck it. It's clearly up to you. So when you're done with everything, just click next, and here you should be seeing the summary of whatever you chose in the installation. Previous installation steps will be right here. For example, the location, keyboard, and the partition and all those things. This will be happening after you click on install, and the installation process will take like a 20 to 25 minutes. So that's the normal time. If you have like a high-end PC, it should be very quick. If you have like a low-end PC, it's going to take that much of time. And also, if you downloaded the stable ISO file like this one, the installation will be 99% without issues will be installed. But when you download the beta version or development versions or unstable version, so there will be some cases like a not responding and screen may get frozen, and also like a installation failed. So because of beta version or unstable version, there will be some issues in a rare cases. It's not regularly, but there will be rare cases. In rare cases, the installation may fail. So it's always a better option to download the stable ISO file. So if you're a normal user, it's always a good option to download the stable ISO files. If you're a distro hopper, you already know what to do here. So I'm just going to skip all those things. So let's close the installation because I need to make another video. So let's see what applications you get pre-installed in the Kubuntu Linux. So you basically get the KDE Plasma desktop environment here. You just get the Herono Media Player and also installation of the Kubuntu. And other things are coming completely from the KDE Plasma desktop environment. So you don't get any Kubuntu applications here. So you can install the latest desktop environment in the backport. You already know what to do. You just need to go to the official website and install the latest version. So it's always, if you ask me, I'm just going to say it's a good option. Instead of 6.1.4 version, it's better to have like a 5.27 version, which I'm using right now. So I don't have any issues right now in this KDE Plasma desktop environment version, and also I didn't have any issues throughout the video. So it's working pretty much smoothly without any issues. And you already saw the CPU and RAM throughout the video, so it's clearly up to you to judge whether to use this Linux distro or not. I'm just going to open some applications to see whether this distro will handle the day-to-day tasks, because a normal user will be opening like a 4 or 5 applications in a one single time. So we need to see whether this distro will handle the stress test. So let's see all the applications. Let's open like a bit of resource consuming applications, and also we can see how much of resource it's going to consume. So let me open a bit of applications here. Let me open also the Office suite. So we opened almost like maybe 5 or 6 applications, and let's see the hardware specs. So there are still opening in the background, so let's wait, and after opening all the applications, let's see the hardware specs or the system resources. So I think everything is opened. Here is the browser, file manager, discover, and system settings. So let's go to the system monitor. So it's consuming 3 GB of RAM. CPU is pretty much under 50%. So it will be a bit, let's go to the applications. So these are all the applications with a memory and CPU. Here is the history. Just ignore the high graph because we opened all the applications in a single time. So when you open all the applications at once, the graph will be high. So you need to run like a 60 seconds to see So you need to run the 60 seconds after opening. All the applications are open right now, so there is nothing to open. So everything is already open, nothing is in the background waiting for the system monitor. So you need to run like a 60 seconds and you should be seeing a pretty much stable graph because everything is already opened. And you should be seeing the process also here. Here are all the process running right now with the memory and the CPU. When you go to the overview, you can see the CPU is pretty much under 20-25%. So 3 GB of RAM. So it's going to consume 3 GB of RAM, and you need to understand that I'm using it on the virtual machine, which is VMware. So when you install it on the bare metal, the difference will be like 400-500 MB of difference in the RAM, and CPU will be also a bit less, and you should be seeing a bit smoother experience because these Ubuntu Linux distros are better on the bare metal. So you should be seeing all those things. And I just make a video on the virtual machines because of the changes. I don't want to show you the installation or anything because you need to try it on your own and you need to judge it on your own, because I don't know what hardwares are you are using. But in my case, for the i5 1240p with the 8 GB of RAM, it's running pretty much smoothly, and I'm also running it on the VMware. So it's running smoothly without any issues. I'm going to show you by switching the applications here. So as you can see, there is no minor delay or any lag, so everything is working fine in my PC or in the virtual machine. So it's clearly up to you to judge whether to use this version or not, but I already mentioned every updating things and also new features of the latest version 0.1. So if you want any information, you can just go to the links which I already shown you in the official website. You can get all the information right there. You can slowly get all the information of the like bugs and all those things, or else you can just pause my video and you can see all the information there. So I'm going to just show you all the application information and I'm going to end the video because we pretty much covered, not pretty much, I covered almost everything, almost like a 90-95%. If I forgot anything, do let me know in the comment section. So LibreOffice version you get is a 24.2.5.2. The Firefox browser version already mentioned, which is 129, and here is the, so it's clearly up to date. Let me refresh it, and here is the about, here is the settings. You can customize according to wish. Installed, here is the home, so it's up to date. There is nothing available update here. So Thunderbird, you should be seeing the Nebula version, so 128.1.0, which is the latest version of the Thunderbird. And here is the file manager, which is Dolphin. Here is the version 23.08.5. So you should be seeing all the KDE applications with this version, like a music player and all those things. So that's the reason I'm not going to show everything here. And also you can customize your file manager. You already know all those things, like going to preference and change all those things. So the only thing left right now is the system settings. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to make complete 100% video. So I don't want to leave anything, so that's the reason I'm going to show you the settings also. So you get a bit of wallpapers from the KDE Plasma and also from the Kubuntu. So these are all the wallpapers you get from the Kubuntu and from the KDE Plasma. Here is the version of the 24.04. Let me keep that wallpaper. And here is the about. So here you can change the theme to the dark or to the white. So I always prefer the light version, but if you want to change it to the dark mode, you can change it. It's clearly up to you. So when it's night time, it's better to change to this dark version. And I think there is some issue with the KDE Plasma. So it's just because of my VMware, maybe, because most of the time when I run only Ubuntu distros, it will be happening like this. But there is no issue with the Kubuntu, so it will be performing very good. When I try this on the VirtualBox, it's going to perform properly, but in the virtual machine, I don't know, VMware it has some issues, but the VirtualBox has no issues. So this is a VMware issue, so just ignore it. You can try it on your own, and I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Peace out. And also I am going to make a video of Kubuntu. If you want to check that out, you can check it out, because the video will be available after a few hours ago. So after posting this video, there will be another video of Kubuntu. Like maybe there will be just hour gap, or maybe I'll be post 2 videos at a time. So just wait for it. So thanks for watching. Peace out.